We're recording now. After some technical difficulties, we've got it all set up. Welcome to the first official episode of the podcast.
Yeah, there was another episode, but we didn't make it. We're two new people. I am Adam Drotar, and right beside me is the lovely
Zach Alexander.
Oh, yeah.
I love these boys. Stop laughing.
What's so funny?
Yeah, what's so funny, bud?
Well, before you started the podcast, you clicked the play button and it played a laugh track.
Okay.
All right.
That was a mistake. I apologize.
Just like Zach.
Zach!
For the audience at home, we were going to open up our thing we're reviewing.
Okay, so...
Sorry, I'm thirsty.
No, it's okay. I should have... My straw is cracked in half. Adam got us straws, by the way. Thank you very much. But...
Why are they crumbly?
Why are they crumbly? I should have stated that, we kind of just drink the sodas at the same time, and then we'll give them a nice review or something.
Well, I haven't said anything yet.
Hey, it's okay, but Zach totally just dove in. So today we'll be drinking this, it's Superior Hydration, Killer Kiwi, Monster Hydro.
Superior.
All that's on the label.
Superior.
Oh, it says Super Sport.
Oh, thank God.
Super sport.
I thought this was regular
Man,
sport and I got scared.
I should drink this.
You already have been. But thanks for your consideration. Okay, you guys ready to...
It's only 60 calories.
Hey, that's not bad.
Oh, wow.
12 grams of sugar. Damn.
160 milligrams of caffeine, Zach, so don't go crazy.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna go. Well, I'm gonna try not to go crazy.
Just remember
All
we're sitting
right,
in the same spot for like an hour and a half. Do you need another straw?
Feel my
That's a
straw.
nice crack.
It is.
Feel my straw. And touch it.
Whoa, mine does that too, though. And it's cracked. I'm just not gonna use it. If that's okay.
Touch
There
the
you
straw.
Mine is the exact same way. Maybe we
And
should stop crunching the straws into the microphone.
And you know what? That leads me to
Yeah.
my first topic. What the hell's wrong with those paper straws that they give you?
Oh,
Who?
gosh.
Like- Oh, sorry, paper straws. Yeah, it's at Starbucks, at all these new trendy restaurants. Like they always give you paper straws that. Okay,
Like-
they all give you paper straws that like disintegrate whenever you suck at it.
Oh no, yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'm
It's
not
awful.
against saving the turtles, but man, I would just love to
turtles.
sip my
Those
drink.
damn turtles.
God. First, we need to lose our straws to save these turtles. What have they done to me?
You sounded like my manager.
I am Jeff.
Sound like every
Yeah,
manager.
Jeff.
Besides Matt.
Jeff is actually in the hospital right now.
Oh, good
Oh, I
for
think he
him.
just got out.
Oh.
He so this is word of mouth, so I wasn't working on this shift, but he's talking to one of these older kids that work at Slim Olson's on a day I don't work, and he was saying, you're okay just to take over. It's bleeding pretty bad. And so and then he just went home, I guess, and left them to figure it out. It turns out he had to get surgery. Something was wrong with his gallbladder.
It's bleeding bad.
But something was bleeding pretty bad.
Poor guy.
Just your manager walking over, just being, it's bleeding pretty bad,
It's
and then
it's
leaving.
bleeding.
And then walking home. Well, not walking.
Dude, he drives a motorcycle to
Oh.
work every day, and he lives like 40 miles away. Like, he lives like 2 hours away from Slim Olson's.
And he drove while with
on a
the
motorcycle.
Ooh,
I
he's
guess so.
pretty
I don't
bad.
know. I didn't know his condition was...
Awful.
Yeah. But at Slim Olson's, everyone was laughing about it. It's the fucked up thing.
Well, he's a bad boss, isn't he?
He's not, well, yeah, he's not bad, but he's just unnecessarily strict. Oh, he's on a power trip all the time, you know what I mean?
Nah.
But I think that's bad, but whatever.
It is what it is.
All right, well, maybe I should provide some background information on you two. We've known each other for a really long time, elementary school. You guys have known each other even longer.
Like,
I've known you longer since I've known him.
Really?
yeah, it's true.
Okay.
He met you in
Preschool.
Preschool.
or
Yeah.
daycare,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I met him in kindergarten.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Well, good to know. I can take that W.
Yeah, we actually met while trading silly bands. He had a flamingo one, and I had an elephant one, and it just worked out.
You're making that up, right?
Well, the
No.
flamingo and
Wait, you
elephant.
remember that?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I was sitting right next to him on the
Is it
carpet.
flamingo and elephant?
it was
I
the
think-
carpet. It was the carpet.
Yeah, and one of them was a $.
Oh yeah. Man, I love those things.
And I remember it was
Oh,
a horrible
silly
trade
babies.
deal because you first gave them to me and started trading them between us.
Yeah, I
So-
practically stole yours. I was a bad kid.
Ah,
I wasn't a good friend.
Awful friend.
so
Actually, on
terrible.
the topic of
Just
not
a
being a
bad
good friend, Adam, me and Adam bullied each other.
Ah,
Often.
I can't
Constantly.
believe it. Talk about that. What do you mean? What did you do?
I hung his dog.
Whoa!
What?
No,
Wait,
no.
say that again,
No,
please.
No,
All right.
we're moving past.
I didn't hear it.
We're
I'm
moving
gonna
on.
pretend that didn't happen.
I was just because I wasn't ever an older brother, I was the youngest. I had a power trip over Adam because I was older. So I never let him play games. I would do the thing where I would give him an unplugged controller.
Oh hell no!
And
No.
I'd always go to his house, and you'd always take the toys away from me and say, "You play with this one."
Yeah,
Know your place, trash.
I'm glad I've cooled down.
Oh, I'm glad you cooled down too.
We both have cooled down.
I know a few people who have not gotten to that point yet, and we're waiting. We're waiting.
They might never.
You're talking about A, right?
Wait, what'd you say?
You're talking about A, right?
A.
No, it's fine. He's probably gonna listen to this.
okay.
Yeah, but like once we got into like the 5th, 6th grade, it's crazy because like the roles completely reversed. Because instead of Zach bullying me because I was a little nobody, I started bullying him because we played Halo and stuff. And yeah, he's having traumatic flashbacks. It was a bad time. Like whenever I used to kill him in Halo, we spent like every single week playing that game.
Oh, it was so fun though.
It was amazing.
It was so fun.
But whenever he got a kill, I would jump on him or something, and he would jump on me, but I would do it with a lot more intensity.
And a pillow
Yeah.
on my face.
Yeah, you deserved it though. You can't kill Alpha like that. Come on.
Who's the alpha now?
You gotta go shirtless boxing in the back.
They're wrong.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we pulled some stuff on each other.
Yeah, it was fun.
Who was your first grade teacher?
My first, I think, was the first grade teacher Mr. Menlove. Not Menlove.
Mrs. Menlo.
Yes, Ms.
Mrs.
Menlove.
Menlove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a first grade teacher.
Because I had Mr. and Mrs. Fox.
She-
That's right. I had Mr. Hemphill.
We were all
Wait, no,
three
I had
separate-
Mr. Hemphill.
I thought
As
you were.
well.
Carmela.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, me and Noah were in the same class for
No, I think
many of the years, right?
was Menlo second grade? Did you have Miss
Wait.
Commodus in second grade?
I had Miss Comedy since.
We
Yeah,
had that class
yeah,
together. We all did. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's where we.
That's
came
where
from.
we
That's
became
that's
friends.
where I'd say we also just really honed in our friendship. But
And-
did we meet in first grade?
We probably met in kindergarten, but nothing really kicked off very much besides me and him.
Exactly.
That's fair,
Kinda.
but I didn't go to
Oh, you
Bolton
didn't?
for kindergarten.
Yeah.
So probably first
So
grade.
first grade, yeah.
And I didn't really become like good friends with you because I didn't even know we went to the same like preschool.
Yeah, we
till,
figured
like,
that
fifth,
out like
sixth
way
grade.
after the fact, yeah.
Yeah, like
Crazy.
way later. But it's still one of those things where it's like a traumatic response whenever you smell the smell.
Oh,
of
that's so true.
Kindercare.
Yes.
It's you. It sends you right back.
Yeah, it comes, so what happens to me a lot is I'll be like just going about my regular day, and suddenly I'll just get a smell of something that brings
Yeah.
you right back.
Yeah.
And it just out of nowhere.
An
you know what I
entire
mean?
decade just disappears.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there like,
staring at the floor like, oh my god.
It's like the smell of like chemicals, vomit, mac and cheese, and like
Mac and cheese.
and like a violent gray somehow.
Violet gray.
Yeah, a violent gray.
Oh man, one of my most prominent kindergarten memories was this kid that it was lunchtime, right? And we were being served these like little hamburger patty things, and they were wheeling around this cart in between the tables. And this kid really did not want cheese on his burger, and so he picked it up and he was screaming about it, and he slapped it on the floor. And I just remember like he threw the cheese on the ground and it made that little like cheese, and him just screaming about the cheese. It's such a great memory.
oh man.
I can't.
I have a few memories. like, I just have a vague representation of
Only a
where.
couple.
Only a couple. Not too many.
There's
because
like
I hit
three.
my head and I lost half of them.
Oh, he actually did. He
Context.
Okay, so I was running around playing tag. I think it was the winter, so there was ice on the ground. We were on we call it the little toy.
Ah.
And
It's a
I
little
turned a corner right next to the stairs, and someone got up the stairs, and I was trying to go up them. I slipped on ice and cracked my head on the corner of the stairs. Still have the scar to this day.
He does. I remember because I was supposed to hang out with him after school.
Still
and
did.
I did. I was playing tag with that same game, and people were like, freeze, Adam, someone just busted their head open. Zach just absolutely passed out. And I'm like, don't lie to me. And I walked back in class, and I went to Zach's house later that day, and he walked in after like 30 minutes of me watching like a Godzilla Power Rangers show.
It's not power. It was Godzilla. But Godzilla was on the good guy's side.
Okay.
I love that.
But I walked in, and I just sat there for a really long time, and your mom left me there and picked you up.
Thanks, Mom.
And she just walked in with you with a giant gash with like stitches on your forehead. And
It wasn't that giant.
It wasn't
I was just
giant.
very small. I got 4 stitches right there
But
That's
that
a lot of
was,
stitches though for
for a
just falling and cracking your head or
6 to
whatever.
10-year-old.
yeah, like,
I was in 1st grade, I think.
yeah, that's something that could have
That's not a lot of
severely
stitches.
hurt you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I lied.
I don't know if I blacked out or not because
Probably means you blacked out. You know, I can't really remember if I.
like I remember falling and then getting up. What felt like immediately after. So I told everybody at the time that I didn't black out.
Okay.
I don't know if I had a concussion or not. I didn't vomit, so that's a good sign.
Okay.
But I remember the joke I made while sitting in the principal's office / nurse's room while
You're very
holding
comedian,
ice
huh?
to my forehead.
Whatever that thing's called.
He just started hitting his forehead.
I remember she said, "Are you feeling tired or anything?" And I said, "Yeah, tired of holding my hand up on my head."
Ooh.
In my 1st grader tiny squeaky voice.
Okay. Got a little sass. Then she smacked you on the face and said, "Don't talk to me."
And then I blacked out.
Yeah.
Man, terrifying.
Good times. I wasn't actually there to see that. Because that happened in kindergarten, right?
No.
1st grade.
Yeah, 1st grade.
Oh,
Second grade.
okay.
You could have been there, but it wasn't really all that big of an event.
Did you join when Quentin was there?
Oh
Or,
yeah.
like,
Me and Quentin were really good friends in the 2nd grade. Like,
Yeah,
I went over
like-
to his house a couple times. We traded Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
We talked about Steven Universe. That's like the high level
Wow.
friendship for being a 2nd grader.
Bro. Well, do you remember how Pokemon cards got banned?
Yes.
Because they
Yeah.
were gambling or whatever?
Apparently that happens in a lot of schools.
Yeah, but
What do you mean
because
gambling?
they were like doing the actual Pokemon thing you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to play a couple of games and the person who wins gets that card.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
That's how
What?
it's supposed
that's
to
how
happen.
it goes. But
Interesting. I didn't know that. What I
Um,
heard, what I heard was that parents got really mad because kids were trading their really valuable cards or cards that their parents spent a lot of money on to just throwing them away to kids who were giving them crap or whatever.
Yeah.
Why am I already vibrating?
You're drinking too much of it.
Zach!
You're over relying.
Oh my god.
I totally get it though. Like whenever I'm anxious, I just drink what's next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drink when I'm all the time.
that's. Hope this doesn't awaken something in me.
It will. Alright.
Awkward silence. What were we talking about?
Oh man. Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's. pick
Yeah,
a
let's
new
move
discussion.
on.
Let's talk. I want to talk about something really important to me.
Okay.
Did you know that one of our presidents was nearly openly gay?
Nearly.
I heard about it. I think you told me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I sent like 3 texts to people. I sent a private message that would disappear in like 10 minutes, and I said, Ronald Reagan's gay, don't tell anyone.
Ronald Reagan, no way.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan was gay. He was gay.
Bullshit.
Quite
Dude. you gotta chill, man.
Zach.
I'll slow down.
So I just went around lifting everyone's drinks to see how much people have had. and Zach's is by far the lightest.
But Ronald Reagan in grade school, he made a friend at like West Point High or something, and it was a private school, and he they were like known to be really good friends, to always stay with each other.
That's gay.
And that's not gay. But they went up, and he was known as like one of the Reagans. He was basically another person in their family, and they were growing. Hey, settle down.
I'm sorry. Go on.
They were growing up, and Ronald Reagan's friend wasn't able to. Zach wasn't able
Magic
to.
tricks over there?
Wasn't able to like actually afford the school, and he had. Ronald Reagan's family actually. Noah!
I'm so sorry, Adam. Please continue.
They're just tearing up the straws.
We were playing with the very thin remnants of the plastic straws, and it just now dawned on me that this was once a plastic straw. And it's just a bunch of strings. Okay, I'm going to put it away behind the laptop. Please, finish this story.
Okay. Where was I? So, he wasn't able to pay for it, and Ronald Reagan's family paid for his friend's college and for his high school to get through that. And they both went into college no. Ronald Reagan went into college, and his friend went into the military, but still saw each other like every 5 weeks, I think it was, every single 5 weeks. And eventually, Ronald Reagan's friend became like a general or a sergeant or something like that, and Ronald Reagan became the president. And he became the Secretary of State, I'm pretty sure. He had his own house inside of the White House, inside of Ronald Reagan's house, and there were people in the White House who said they were had been like known to be in the same bed naked.
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh. That truth comes out. Ronald Reagan, try responding to that one.
I think
he's gonna have a hard time.
He's gonna have a really hard time.
Yeah, but I wish I could see that like unfold. That would be interesting. But he was in the family section. He was like closer to the casket than his wife was at the funeral.
That is so strange.
That's very weird.
Yeah.
All he had to do was say, "Yep, it's real," and he would have been openly gay.
No, his friend is openly gay. That's one of the things.
Okay, that makes sense.
That is his friend's open. Ooh.
Yeah. His friend was open.
Ronald Reagan was also a Ku Klux Klan member. Let's not forget about that.
We can't.
No one can.
No one
will. It haunts me every day.
All the time.
Visit his grave.
I have a blanket and I'm shivering, so I'm gonna put
You've had way too much of that soda, dude.
So Zach has been on a diet since. Well, do you want to tell him about your diet?
I'll tell him. So, in like not 2012, in 7th grade, I started a diet.
That's a good photo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I started this diet where I would stop drinking milk, stop eating trans fats, and stop consuming sugar. I've kept this up. In about 9th grade, I stopped doing the milk.
Hey, don't put me off, man.
Hey, buddy.
Oops. And the sugar, I still lighten a lot. I eat some, not a whole ton.
Yeah.
I still avoid it. Like, if a teacher's like, hey, do you want some candy? I'm like, no.
Right.
Sassy.
I do the sassy head shake and the finger thing. Yeah, the snap.
Snapping his ear.
Because I'm Zach.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
But I also didn't really drink caffeine all that much. Really, the most caffeine I would get is like a Mountain Dew weekly.
Oh, wow.
Which I thought was a lot until I drank an energy drink at work once. Last year,
you gotta mow
maybe
those
2
lawns
years.
so hard, dude. Just
Man,
oh my God.
Exactly though. That's literally how it was. When I was mowing lawns, we would mow in perfectly straight lines. And every time we did a turn, I would turn within a second after that energy drink.
You're just like drifting with lawnmowers.
Exactly. No, I left skid marks in that grass. There was fire.
Yo.
But you did this because of ADHD reasons, right? You have like really bad ADHD.
Right.
I have some pretty bad ADHD, which made me fail most of my classes in 7th and 8th grade. 9th grade went heavenly.
And it's been going
10th grade went in. This year has been a roller coaster because right now I have straight
I
A's.
feel that.
so true.
And the first two terms, I had two Fs most of the time. The first term I passed. The second term I failed 2 classes. I'm sad.
Be sad. Don't allow yourself to be happy with that.
I'm not.
I'm joking. It's 2 Fs. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Dude, I in my sophomore year, I failed the entire first semester.
Oh,
So like
every
pretty
class?
much straight Fs down the board, except for like band.
That makes sense.
So I'm like 15 credits that I need recovery for, or not 15 credits,
Yeah.
15 classes
You can
to get
do
the credit for.
Online classes.
Oh yeah, I
to
know.
get those
Trust
credits.
me, I've been working on it
Yeah.
every day. It's just
Also,
really long and
another
tedious.
alternative is this packet that goes over the entire
Packets, yeah.
semester.
Yeah. Noah's
Or
been on it, though.
entire term that you failed.
I can't stand the packet idea.
It's awful.
The online courses are a lot easier because also, I hate to admit this, but you can cheat.
Yeah.
You kind of have to. If you're 15 credits deep, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You can
I'm
just
not-
let the videos play, and when it does the test, there's literally nothing built in that prevents you from looking up the answers.
You hear that, Noah's mom?
I bet she would encourage it. It's a little absurd at this point.
My mom encouraged me cheating on online schooling too.
Oh, when I was failing a couple of my classes in 9th grade because COVID struck,
Yes.
my parents said, cheat so much.
Cheat as hard as
And
you
so
can.
I did, and I got straight A's by the end of
So
it, besides art, because the teacher decided to retire before grading all the assignments.
Yeah, you told me about that. That's awful.
My least favorite art teacher is Miss Wallace.
I remember.
Too bad, she deserves it.
I've heard so many people just cuss out her name.
Well, she kind of deserves it. She made me want to quit art, and I am the most artsy person I know.
Right.
Maybe. There's some others up there, like Mr. Hilliard. He teaches classes.
Mr. Babyface Man.
Mr. Eggman. His
Who?
head
His
is,
face
Mr.
is
Hilliard,
circle.
the art teacher
Oh, is that the-
in...
He looks like Humpty
Yeah.
Dumpty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Humpty
Like,
Dumpty
exactly like Humpty
with a
Dumpty. Yeah,
body.
okay.
But like, yeah, you're saying your art teacher was more artsy than you?
Yeah, have you seen his walls? Those are all his mostly.
No, I'm joking. I'm saying you think you're more artsy than the art teacher.
Okay, Miss Wallace, heck yeah. Like,
That's fair.
oh my gosh, I didn't see a single piece that she did besides one, and it was like scratched into foam, and it didn't look all that great.
Bro, I know what you're talking about. I had I remember you showing it to me, but like Miss Muse, she probably would have been a better art teacher than your art teacher, because she literally I had creative writing with her, and we literally wrote a book in that class, and while we were just sitting there writing a book, she would literally just paint paintings
Nice.
just
That's
while she was waiting there.
nice.
Oh man, I wish I took creative writing.
It was such a good class. I love creative writing, but like
Oh.
literally she would complete just magnificent paintings while we were just typing away on our keyboards. She like played Bob Ross in the background
Nice.
and stuff.
I love Bob Ross.
He is my god.
I have a picture of him hanging in my car. I wore a shirt.
I remember.
I wear so many shirts that have Bob Ross's face on it and like happy trees.
Did you watch the documentary about him?
I've
No,
been
not
meaning to
yet.
watch that.
It's
I've
really-
really
I
been
need to
meaning
watch
to.
It's really, really good.
I bet it's really sad too.
I bet it's
I
really
think
sad.
I might cry.
The end gets kind of sad because they basically tarnish his name by selling a bunch of products.
Right, exactly. And they were like manipulating him, is what I
Yeah,
heard. And it was this
exactly.
whole like, and he didn't like, he was like blind to it the whole time, where they were just totally monetizing his whole vibe.
That's so sad.
Yeah, that's
really
yeah,
sad.
whatever.
It's just really
Even
awful.
though the mints branded under him, really good. No, like actually though.
Okay,
Go buy them.
None-
They're at the World Market. Buy them.
What else is at the World Market? I've not-
Everything.
Oh god.
You walk in and it's just like this warehouse. Well, really, it's quite small.
yeah.
But it has like sections for all 7 continents, kind of.
Well, yeah, we've been there in
Yeah.
Farmington Station, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great
Oh
place.
yeah, now I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. I got spaghetti sauce there. That was awful.
I got Earl Grey tea. It isn't good, like at all.
Don't go to the World Market.
But the morning
Don't
tea
recommend it.
And the afternoon tea are really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the morning tea best because it has caffeine and I drink it in the morning and
Yeah.
it wakes me up. Because at the time when I was drinking it, I did not get enough sleep.
Bro, no one is getting enough sleep. Like,
I
quite
get-
literally.
Like anywhere between
That's
8
true.
to 12 hours of sleep.
A day?
Yeah.
Every day?
Every day, every once in a while, it goes down to like 6 or 4.
This is a superhuman you're talking to. Zach is literally a god.
Well, that's just really impressive for me. Because
Yeah.
especially as of late, I've been really struggling with getting like a decent sleeping schedule where I'm still getting enough hours in the day to keep my body like going. You know what I mean? But I've got so much crap going on right now.
Sleep is.
Jazz band early in
Yeah,
the morning.
oh,
I'm
jazz
literally getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Maybe
Okay.
you should try to go to sleep earlier, like parents say every single time when you say I'm tired, then go to sleep earlier.
But it's so.
Well, it works.
It's not that
like,
easy.
It's not
Like,
that
you
easy.
feel
that
tired.
easy.
Right? But then you just feel a little more alive later on in the day. You don't feel like you're just trudging along through the day to get to the
Right.
next few hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Because when you go to sleep and have a consistent, has to be consistent,
Right.
and a consistent 6 to 8 hour schedule for sleeping
Yeah.
every day, then you just kind of feel more healthy.
Makes sense.
You also have to stay healthy, or else you're just being like
Right,
a
yeah.
healthy, not healthy person.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Zach, you're also you're an early morning person, aren't you? Because
Sometimes, when I was young, I used to wake up at 5.
yeah.
Mm.
And my parents say you can't go out your room until 6. Because,
They didn't want you reeking
when I was young,
while you were sleeping.
exactly, when I was young, I was this little tiny ball of energy. I don't know how they raised me. Because I would have sent me to an orphanage. I woke up at 5.
Sorry.
I woke up at 5, right? As I said. And then I would just go into the kitchen and wreak havoc. It would be the noisiest thing. You know when people drop spoons in the middle of the night? It sounds like Thunderstruck.
Yes.
Right.
The song, Full Blast.
Yes.
Well, well, imagine that, but I'm playing drums on pots and pans.
Yo.
And jumping around, climbing way too high for a 3-year-old.
I can imagine it perfectly, Zach.
Yeah, but to go back to what I was gonna say, both Noah and I are very late night people.
Yes.
Like in the summer, I literally lived like a nocturnal animal.
For real?
I would wake
Yeah.
up at like 6 in the afternoon or at night and
my
go to
God.
sleep at 10.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
It's so easy to do that.
So I go to sleep at 10:30, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I only get like 8 hours of sleep during school days. But I love going to sleep at 10:30 and waking up at 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Right.
get over 12 hours of sleep, nearly 13. Man, that sounds crazy.
It does.
That's half of my life.
Right, yeah.
But
A third of your life.
like when I wake up in the morning now,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just like exist suddenly. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just stand up and I'm like, and I go downstairs.
You guys know that picture of that guy leaning up in his bed as like a flash photograph? That's right. Let me find that photo.
I actually have a nice camera for pictures like that on me right now.
But I was in my psychology class and we were talking about sleep, and literally everyone in the class, no one was not sleep deprived. We did a test. You're supposed to be getting for students, you're supposed to be getting 9.25. Oh my god, where'd you get that?
This is Zach.
That's the oldest camera I have seen.
It is over 15 years old.
I'll consider putting that picture in the podcast.
Oh, but literally you're supposed to get 9.25 hours to 10 hours of sleep a night.
BS.
No one's able to get that.
Exactly.
Not a
It's
single
ridiculous.
student.
I am.
Athletes are well, you're a superhuman. Like, you're a god.
I really think
I actually have 36 hours a day.
you get a 24-hour day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not. We just chose to break it into 24 hours, but still, with how long school takes,
7 hours.
yeah, it's like a whole half of your realistic waking hours.
Yeah.
Or more.
Like,
If
I
you-
get home and I've got like 4 hours to get all my homework done, practice everything I need to practice for extracurricular stuff, band, I need to practice the bass. And if I work that day, if I want to get a full decent hours of sleep, I have to go to bed like immediately the second I get home from work.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Sometimes when I get home from school, 7-hour day of school, then I start doing homework, right? Sometimes that homework takes another additional 4 hours.
Right.
And then I also have work on top of that. So I have all of my day taken up. I get home, eat dinner, maybe do more homework, and then fall asleep. I don't do much.
Bro, literally Amanda Chester, she chose a job at the movie theater because she can work at night. Like, super late at night. Which is just insane. Like, no one can get that sleep. Like, Tom and I were probably the most sleep-deprived people in there, but not a single person in that class was able to get, like, enough sleep. And it says about 66% of students are sleep-deprived constantly when going to school, which the school system should see that.
Yeah.
Oh no, they totally see it and they just say,
It's like
guess I
that
don't give a
meme.
shit.
It says
It's
6
so
to 8 hours of sleep, and then they subtract 6 from 8.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm gonna
2.
pretend I don't see that.
It's insane, though. Like, literally, it's not okay.
Even for their own like athletes.
Yeah.
Their
So-
volleyball, football, basketball, whatever. They don't care. They're not.
Track.
Dude,
Sort of track
I can't
sport.
name them all. I'm not even a sporty person. I just barely started getting myself into the realm of keeping my body kind of physically well, not treating my body like shit. And I've started doing martial arts with my grandfather.
Beating the hell out of your grandfather.
Yeah, dude, just beating him to death.
Breaking his nose.
No,
every
if
time.
anything, he's the one beating me up. Like, he just demonstrations.
Yeah,
oh, God damn.
Yeah, I hear your stories of him like poking at you, and then you're going.
Oh, yeah, it'll just be a little jab or something. Or,
Or you punch something.
he was demonstrating how he had this very circular motion with continuing after. It was like a follow-up, but it was all a circular motion. And he just grabbed my arm and twisted it around and just threw me to the ground. It's like, Jesus Christ. Okay.
God.
Thanks for showing me, Carl.
Carl.
Wait, that's his name.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, no, his birthday.
That's
Carl.
it.
That's why I
Oh,
keep
yeah.
saying Carl when we.
Yeah, Carl Lore.
Yeah, for context, Carl, my grandfather, Carlos Swanson, is a very prominent figure in our friend group. He's never met any of these people. We talk about him a lot. Tom had his face as his phone background for more than a year straight. An entire year. From Halloween to Halloween, and he didn't remove it, or they didn't remove it until January?
Yeah.
Like
something.
the beginning of the...
December.
Just
February,
some grandpa.
The
that
beginning
you've
of
never
this year.
seen.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Like literally so long, too long.
I mean, I've had some backgrounds on my phone that's lasted a while, but oh my
But that's
gosh.
different. It's my
Yeah.
grandfather.
Yeah, that's a grandpa.
And that was while Tom was working at Robintino's for the most part, and my grandfather frequents Robintino's very often. So I was begging Tom to just one day, next time he comes in, just show him that photo. His mind blown.
It would just be so crazy. Imagine going to McDonald's and the employee just like picks up their phone and just goes, it's just your
picture of
face.
you.
It's so
I think
creepy.
I'd panic. I would go insane.
Your grandpa would kill Tom.
And it's not even something that he was wearing
Yeah, right.
too. So it's like stalker shit
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like,
For real.
oh, that would be so. And your grandpa would beat the shit out of him because he could.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm
yeah,
joking.
of course. But
Tom's a big.
he actually has some really great things to say, great philosophies, and everything he's teaching me and everything he's always taught his students over the last 50 years has all been centered around defense, not hurting people when you don't have to, just knowing how to totally have control over the situation with, you don't got to do this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is really great. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, my dad told me a thing about Joe Rogan. He had a ex-Navy SEAL on, or a Marine or something, and he said that he's not going to get into a fight with them. There's no reason to. Like, his best weapons are his own 2 legs just to walk away.
Right.
Like, those
right.
are his best weapons just to not get into a fight.
Yeah.
See, I had a teacher. I did martial
Oh,
arts
uh-oh.
during the break.
Oh.
I never told anybody this.
No, you told me.
I
You
told
didn't
you.
tell me this. This
I
is
didn't
new
tell
to me.
you. This is new to a lot of people
Uh-huh.
besides you and my family.
Yeah.
So I had a martial arts teacher that lived behind my house because
in the backyard.
He lived in a bush.
no,
come out of the
there's
shed
a
every
gate
week.
in my backyard. If you go through, it's his house.
Oh, that guy?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Reiner.
Oh,
Well,
no,
he
I
had a
remember that.
stroke, right? So what? But he recovered very quickly. Like back up to nearly
good for
100%. His speech was always never at 100%, but
Ah,
that's fine. He can still communicate accurately, and he could move fine. But after that, during 2020, during the school break when we were cut off from school, and I didn't know that school was even happening, he taught me some martial arts. And his philosophies were less run and defend, more kill them, break their
Annihilate.
feet, remove their arms, kind of thing, you know? He taught me how to break someone's foot very quickly or their ankle per se, by stepping on the arch of their foot or stomping on it. That will break their foot, and then pushing them over while continuing to
right,
step on
right.
it, and it will just
Yeah.
snap their ankle. They won't be able to chase you.
Yeah, if someone grabs you from behind, their dome of their foot, if you stab your heel into it's just their foot's broken. Just
taught
they're
me
not
how
going to be
to
able to
punch.
move.
There we
He
go.
taught me how to grab someone's arm and just like pop it out of the socket and push him to the ground.
So he was
Yeah.
teaching you to beat the hell out
Yeah,
of someone.
he didn't have the nicest childhood because he knew every pressure point that would cause pain or relieve pain on himself.
Carl very frequently reminds me how easily he could just break one of my bones if he wanted to. Because when he's demonstrating like things with various pressure points or where you want to transfer all your energy to get certain parts of your body stiffer, it's very often when my arm is twisted like that, he'll do that and he'll grab it and then he'll just show me like, yeah, I can break this shit. Dude. Not telling me obviously, but he'll like hit at it a little bit like, ow. Ow.
Bro.
And you've been boxing, right? Or at least sort of just shadow boxing, just trying to train that, right?
It's more for like learning good forms for punches,
Gotcha.
getting better cardio because I have a pull-up bar and I have a punching bag. And my dad's kind of teaching me how to do stuff. But like my dad, he used to be an MP, and when I do like fake like stuff like this, sometimes he'll just be like, I don't have time for this, and grab my arm, like wrap me around, and he'll just like pin me to the ground in like 3 moves.
That's
like,
crazy.
He
Can't imagine Dave doing that.
he is insane. Like I tried to do this, and he just grabbed my arm, yanked me around, and just go like pull me down like this.
Yeah,
so
so
easily.
I forget a lot that that was
Yeah.
Like he was, that means he was a military police officer. He was in the military when he was 17 through like 22, I think.
Gosh.
Yeah,
so long.
he had to be in the military though because he was in like a really bad town and he wasn't able to get out of that without it. But he went into the military and he became an MP, and they basically enforce military people. And one thing I found out like yesterday is he was never taught how to fight. He learned how to fight through experience. Like he said he's been in more than 600 fights because he was on duty like almost every night and had to go to like pubs and just like apprehend people who were like harassing others and stuff like that, like military people going into towns and just being a nuisance. But they only taught him how to use like the batons and to apprehend people. He had to learn how to fight through like experience, which is insane because he can just take me down like without any ease. It's
without any hardship.
Yeah.
Ease is a good thing. Sorry.
yeah, okay. With ease, there we go.
Speaking of taking down people with ease,
Yeah,
this
Zach.
brings me to one of the next discussion topics
actually-
here. Logan Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think this is a whole other thing that we're just diving into right now. But for those that don't know, Logan Paul and Mike Tyson were on the same podcast together and just talking about boxing, because Mike Tyson obviously needs no introduction. Logan Paul had been practicing boxing or been in the ring a couple times with a few professionals, but it was mostly really rigged fights or things that were set up, theatrics, things that he paid off people to win.
WWE stuff.
Right, exactly. But Mike Tyson doesn't play around like that. Either way, just starting over right here, Logan Paul is going to be absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, there's no way that he could beat someone.
Assuming Mike Tyson isn't paid off,
Yeah.
or he throws the game by not training for the fight. Like, his fight against Buster Douglas in 1990, that a lot of people consider that fight to be the end of Mike Tyson's career because he just stopped training for it. He just his ego, all sorts into drugs and just terrible shit. And just totally threw the fight. Didn't train for it. Assumed he could beat him, and his career went downhill from there.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking is that he's going to get serious about this one. I think he's seriously going to fight him. But as I'm looking at this, his net worth is $3 million, which is lower than a lot of other like famous fighters, like famous boxers. So it might be possible that he will like take a couple million to throw the fight, but I still think that Mike Tyson won't because he's just a guy.
He's also feel like he has a lot more honor.
Yeah, exactly.
Then let's get paid off to lose against this random dude that showed up 2 years ago.
You watched that one interview with Muhammad Ali, right? Where he was just like absolutely fanboying over him.
Yeah.
He has respect for the sport.
It was all heads must bow, all tongues must confess, this is the greatest of all time.
Exactly.
He's capable of holding a lot of respect. And even he said before that, he said, "I know I'm great, but I don't think he's gonna suck up to Logan Paul's fat stack." You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
all right.
How disappointed would Ali be if he?
Man,
I feel like
that would.
But you've seen. I don't know if you have, but Mike Tyson has posted a lot of videos on his socials of him training up, getting his physical body back in. More of a narrow fighting mindset instead of just kind of sprawl all over the place. He's training back up, getting his body back where it should be. So I feel like, what am I saying? It's not going to be a fair fight.
No,
I feel like genuinely, if Mike Tyson is really training really hard, Logan Paul is going to get his shit rocked.
I think that Mike Tyson's going to win, but I don't think it's going to be as like far in difficulty because Logan Paul is like really he's pretty strong. Like he did go against Floyd Mayweather and was able to take a couple of punches. I think those were still staged, but that's still a couple of punches he was able to take.
Yeah, I'm not denying the man's strength. I've seen it. He's in physically good shape.
He looks like an anime protagonist.
Exactly.
But my mind does not want to admit. It's so hard for me to say these good things about Logan Paul because he's just not a good person. The whole him and his brother they're really just not great people.
Yeah,
suck up to the cash, bro.
He's been getting better, but he's still not good.
He will never be able to redeem himself after the Suicide Forest incident.
The Suicide Forest incident was when he went into a forest in Japan and disrespectfully recorded a dead body who hung himself in the forest and uploaded it to YouTube for a lot of people to see.
Yeah,
and he made jokes
monetized as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just extremely disrespectful and disgusting.
And even in the videos following their whole trip to Japan thing, they were just disrespectful, monkeying around in all these very respectful, quiet, collected places, and they're just totally just not,
Those kind of people, those were probably the people in school that everybody did not want to associate with.
Right.
But they had a pretty big friend group because it was a big friend group of all the same kind of person.
Yeah.
Every school has them, and everybody knows that these guys are well known because how much crap they get into.
Yeah. It's just not the best group. But I don't know, honestly.
But at least, we know a person, he's really kind of obnoxious in school. But when you see him out in public, at least he's nice.
Yeah, he's respectful. Tom saw them inside of their job, and they were just standing in the corner all nice, just quiet with their mom. Hey. So I don't think that's them all the time. That might just be a facade they have to show up because that's what they've built on themselves.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's extremely unfortunate.
I don't actually know who you're talking about right now, but I'll just
the plumber.
The plumber.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about him.
If you see him in public places, he's not nearly as crazy per se as he is in school, because he goes around from class to class during his classes and just kind of screws with teachers. But outside of school, he's just a stand-up guy.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate that's kind of something, even if he didn't want to keep being that way, it's just kind of
what he
how
built
he is
himself
and how-
into
exactly,
at a
how
young
he-
point in school.
Probably feels like he has to be. But we saw him sitting by himself at Smith's
Yeah.
today for the Milk Friday. We just walked by to get some spoons, and he was just sitting there, being a
Yeah.
normal person.
Being a regular,
Yeah.
everyday person.
And I've got a lot of respect for that. I had no idea. I've actually never seen them outside of school with their family or whatever.
I see him every once in a while, but
Okay.
that's only because we live in the same city.
Yes. Dude, Bountiful's pretty tight.
No,
Yep.
it's not.
No, it's
what?
not.
What? Come on, guys.
It could be a
Literally,
lot
back
worse,
me
but
up
it could be
here.
a lot better.
It
No,
could be
100%. I'm not saying it's a great place. I just
Yeah,
like
no.
it. It's this nice little
It's cozy.
whatever. It's cozy,
It's-
and I like how familiar I am with everything.
It's kind of mundane and cozy.
Yeah.
That's how I.
Well-
Regular suburban city from an old movie.
Would you like to tell the story you told us before
Oh,
the
well,
podcast?
So last night, literally around the corner from my house, some lady, I guess she had a grudge because she wasn't paying rent and got kicked out of a rental. So she came back last night and decided to fire off 10 shots with either a rifle or a handgun, more like a
right,
handgun,
right.
into the rental house. If someone was in there, they could have gotten hurt. And then they sped off super angry. I don't know why you would do this. Like, yeah, you got kicked out of a rental, but it's your fault.
Honestly.
Right.
There's no way that getting kicked out of a rental isn't your fault. You're either doing something that you really shouldn't,
No, I can see.
but we're in
Suburban
like,
Utah.
especially my
Right.
neighborhood, literally around the corner.
That's different.
Everybody is a member, so nobody does that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Besides somebody that rents a house because it's cheap.
Yeah, but the renter also could have had, like, the landlord could have spiked the prices and made
Exactly.
it impossible for them, especially in these
That's
tough
true.
times.
I
right
don't
now.
know the landlord of that rental.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, actually, I'm totally just releasing very personal information about him, but
Good.
let's just hope he's not listening right now because, you know, I'm his favorite neighborhood podcaster. Yes. Get fucked.
Wait,
I'm fired up, shit.
That was the line.
No, but all jokes aside, he was, so his life was actually pretty okay. Like he was working at car shows. He was driving, cleaning, preparing, selling cars. Like he was really integrated himself into the business. He had a wife. He was living in this place that was nearby here, somewhere in Bountiful or whatever. But the landlord had died, and his son was taking over. And he like raised the rent prices like unbelievably high, and he literally could not afford it anymore. And he had no choice but to move out. And instead of him giving him like, I don't know, you got a month, you got 2 months, you got 3 months, you know, he gave him like 3 weeks or something. It's like a
Gosh,
really,
that's
really short amount of time to get out of there.
Not okay.
And so a lot of financial troubles trying to keep that up before he actually left. He had to move all the way up north where he's like 2 hours away from here because he's living with family members because he can't afford anything else. He lost his job at the car place and actually just now working at Slim Olson's, working at a gas station.
Yeah.
And it was all because, you know, his landlord just raised the rent way too high and he couldn't afford it anymore.
And his landlord was his son?
No, the landlord died and the landlord's son took over.
Oh,
And he
okay,
was just
yeah.
like raising the prices. I'm gonna make bank.
Yeah.
Bro, literally the past 10 years, rent has doubled, but minimum wage has stayed the same.
It's gone up recently, but not by much. Has it?
No.
It's only been talked about.
Yeah, it's only been talked about. I think it might be implemented, but it hasn't been, like, actually implemented.
Like, minimum wage is a state thing for the most part. Like, it can be influenced by at a federal level, but states usually decide the minimum wage, and Utah has not changed in so long.
Minimum wage is supposed to be something a normal family is supposed to be able to live off of.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be something that, like, someone has to have 3 minimum wage jobs just to barely scrape
Right,
by.
exactly.
Yeah, and that's how it is.
Unfortunately. Like, it's messed up.
This has kind of got a little depressing. if I'm
Yeah.
being for real. So I want to just
Yeah.
totally jump in with a
180.
totally different subject here. I want to talk about Wii Sports.
Okay.
Really
Oh my
bad.
Gosh, I love Wii Sports.
Me too.
That was
So much.
one of the childhood games I played.
Absolutely.
I never
Oh,
played
that's
at my
awesome.
height because at the time I was like I don't know, 4 foot something.
I thought you meant like the height of your prime or something. You're talking about your actual height.
No.
Right in my prime because I was 4 feet tall.
No. It's because I was young, right? I'm not 4 feet anymore.
Oh, really?
No, he is. He's just compensating because it's not visual.
I have stilts on. These aren't my
Oh,
legs.
I knew
Oh.
it.
Yeah, but sorry, continue.
And I just love that game. I played it with my sisters. We would play baseball and bowling, and I never really did well because I was just having fun.
Hey,
Yeah.
You know what? When playing Wii Fit, Wii Sports, whatever, it's not about, it's a game. It's not about usually getting fit unless you're trying to.
Right.
It's just about having fun. It's a game.
Yeah.
It is.
I love it.
Bro, Nintendo. Okay, we're not getting into that.
Nintendo.
Just how Nintendo's been running their company. It's
Oh no, it's ridiculous. I
Yeah,
agree. It's
it's
absolutely
crazy.
absurd. But I have so much like brand loyalty, unfortunately, because it's a huge part of my child. I'm wearing an N64 hat right
Yeah.
It's
now.
Nintendo. You
Literally
have to
right
like
next to me is my Nintendo Switch. I own a GameCube, a Wii U. You know, like it's just been a really big part of my childhood, and it's something that I don't know. It's just something it doesn't seem evil on
Yeah.
the outside. It's very family friendly. It's just this nice.
But that's probably
Their
because we've
business
grown up
practices
with
are
it.
just heinous.
But if
I
you-
think Nintendo's
yeah.
business practices are actually the best out there. Like Activision, they were sexually harassing their employees.
Okay, you're right. I didn't consider the actual real world harassment things. I'm
When-
talking about their money grabbing, cash grab bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
But please continue.
But
about
like
that.
Miyazaki, he literally cut his wages in half so that his employees didn't have to be like cut off or like quit their job because they weren't able to get like a job there. He like actually cut his money in half. He makes sure that all his employees have enough time for families and to like actually have an entire life outside of work. And he tries to make his employees happy, but they hate their fans.
Oh no, that's so true. And that's tight. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nintendo for that.
But-
they're the way their products designed to fail themselves. I think that's bullshit.
It is.
It's ridiculous. Don't do that. You don't need. They're swimming in cash. They don't need more. But that's the thing that you just brought up about them hating money, is that they make their products really shitty like that, so they're essentially programmed to break, so you'll buy more.
True.
But
Yeah.
they will not touch at all these amazing career-altering moves that will just gain them unbelievable amounts of cash because everybody's asking for it.
Yeah, literally. Earthbound 2.
3, 4,
Oh,
5,
okay.
6,
7?
Here's the deal. I know exactly what you're saying, but it's Mother 3.
Mother
which
3.
is essentially
Yeah.
Earthbound 2, but it's just Mother 3. 'Cause in Japan, it's known as the Mother series.
Yeah.
Mother 2, which is Earthbound, and then Mother 3. The only reason why there's that confusion is because they haven't localized it.
Yeah.
Earthbound. Mother 3 only exists in Japan, technically.
Yeah.
It was never released to other nations or continents or whatever, but people got so fed up with it, they just made their own games. They made their fan translations. Someone tried to offer it to Nintendo to say, you can buy this. Hell, you can have this. It's a perfect fan translation of the game that you refuse to localize. Please. And it's right there. They don't even have to work for it. There's right there millions of dollars. And it's go. I don't think so. I don't think so. I
When
just
you
don't want
said
to do
his
it.
name, it brought to another guy with the same name. Might be the same guy.
Miyamoto?
No.
Miyazaki?
How was it? Okay, I don't know how to pronounce his
Let me
name.
see.
I probably could, but it's
Miyamoto?
it's pronounced
Miyazaki.
it's spelled Hayao Miyazaki. And he's the creator of Ghibli. I love that
Oh,
guy
okay.
to no end. He's like the sassy grandpa of the world.
Didn't his son start like doing stuff, Studio Ghibli stuff too?
Yeah.
And he said that his work was disgraced because it had emotion in it.
Oh no, I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And he went to his son's first movie and walked out.
He's not the best guy, but man,
He walked out of his
he
own
has
son's
some
movie.
amazing movies.
Yeah, he
Like you've seen Ponyo and Howl's Moving Castle at
okay.
least.
the best movies, honestly.
Yeah. Like out of animated movies, I've probably watched those more than anything. Like even like Atlantis. I've watched that probably a dozen times,
Yeah.
but like Howl's Moving Castle, one of the most well-known movies of Miyazaki,
It's beautiful.
I've watched that definitely over 20.
There's so much detail, so much. There's an entire world just based off of one scene.
Yeah, like when you watch most animated movies, it's just the characters moving, and if you look into the background, it's just a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Nothing's moving. There's car pictures. But in Miyazaki's films, if you look into the background, there's cars moving 20 miles away, and you can see them.
There's like families interacting. There's people getting shot. No,
What the fuck?
Actually, yeah, that's
That was a far jump.
There
No,
are like,
literally.
there are creatures you'll never see again in like the background of like a passing scene.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Creates
Gotcha.
so much.
Especially in Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind.
Such a beautiful-
It has the most creatures I've ever seen in
Uh-huh.
any film.
That's
ever.
awesome. I think that's a really great world building tactic of just
Yeah.
making things seem normal. You don't have to have all of those
Yeah.
key details to the story, just adding to the sort of atmosphere.
Yeah, because when
That's
you're walking
awesome.
along in real life, it's not like everything stops once you look away.
Right.
Yeah. Everything's continuing whether you want it to or not. But
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
it's don't go deep.
That will flip the podcast upside down.
But
Jesus.
it's insane because like everything is moving. It's an entire world. There's
And
like
it's so pretty.
like in one scene you could see like other people living their own lives, and the main characters, they're going through the exact same thoughts you are. They're just twirling around, looking at all the environments, looking at the scenery.
In
It's
Kiki's Delivery Service,
Who?
it's a movie about a witch
Do you love
that
me?
delivers.
sorry.
It's a movie about a witch that delivers bread and eventually starts delivering other things.
Like,
No,
She's
no.
12.
Oh shit! 12. She said she was 12. No. But like, she goes and flies from this rural town. Barely any houses. The entire community knows each other, and she barely knows how to fly on her broom.
Yeah.
And by the end, she's flying on just this random guy's broom. She has hardships. It's like she goes through a low point. The entire story is great, but it's not like it's building up to anything the entire time. It's not like, ooh, there's this evil villain over there. No, she's just like, I have to move in to this city and start selling things.
And it still keeps
make
your
a living.
attention.
And it keeps your attention so well. Because there's characters that don't speak at all. But sometimes they're my favorite.
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I have no idea what that was. I know how much is left in here, but I just decided to look at it.
Noah picked up his drink and like looked at it through the bottom to see how much there was.
How much is in there? Oh, blue.
Yeah, let's go back to these for a second because we never actually really
Yeah.
gave our thoughts. We just totally jumped in. But
It's pretty good, but I'm shaking right now.
yeah, no, me too. It's way too much caffeine.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop drinking
Oh,
it.
yeah, see,
We're all shaking. Look at my jaw. That's a good. My jaw is vibrating.
Oh my god, Zach! You need to. Can I take that away from you?
No, I stopped.
okay.
I took
Here,
the
you-
last
let's
sip
see.
to remember the flavor.
Okay, you got way more in here than I do. Like I've been anxiously sucking that down,
Oh my
and
god.
that's been totally messing with my focus.
I
and
stopped being
concentration.
anxious a half an hour ago.
Hey, that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Shit, it's been totally like ruining my focus for the discussion topics though. So, anyway,
But there's so much caffeine in this. It tastes good though.
no, it has a
I
really
like
unique taste. Like,
Yeah,
It's
it's
cute.
not
It's-
like way too chemical.
you know what this tastes like? Have you guys had a blueberry cereal?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It tastes like that.
It's literally just kiwi. Like when you drink it, it tastes like kiwi juice.
Yeah, but a little
Can
more
I
chemically
break
because caffeine.
some news to you guys?
Yeah.
Like some really personal information.
Are you okay with that having it on the podcast?
I've never had a kiwi.
You've never had. They're at the school
By-
every day.
By itself. I've never just
Okay.
eaten a kiwi. Sure, I've had kiwis with other things, but I've never just eaten a kiwi.
Maybe you should do that. Because
No,
it's-
I definitely should.
Yeah.
But I've never just
they're
had
good,
a kiwi.
but you have to have a good kiwi.
So I don't know what. Yeah, okay, that's
So
fair.
don't eat the school's kiwis.
Well, that's probably why I've never had a kiwi because oh my god. Oh, that was some bullshit you just pulled.
All right. Yeah, I was looking if I had a kiwi. I do not have any
I won't
kiwis.
fill him in with that, but that was some bullshit. Anyway, so sure, it probably does taste like a kiwi, and that's
It
why I'm
does.
saying fucking blueberry cereal. But but I haven't had a kiwi, so I wouldn't know.
Where did
But
my
it's not
drink go?
like carbonated. I took it away from you. It's not carbonated. It's like a Gatorade.
Yeah, but carbon.
But oh my god, so much caffeine.
It doesn't
So
really
much
taste like
caffeine.
it doesn't taste as sweet as like an energy drink usually.
Yeah,
does.
it's bearable. It's bearable.
It's good.
It tastes
probably-
like a
Which is
regular,
why
Yeah.
it sucks so much of it down.
Yeah.
which is sucky because like we're all shaking now.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
made for somebody that's about to do athletics.
Exactly. Super sport. We should all go on a run or something.
Run a
for the
mile.
I'm
love of
fine
God.
with that.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Unless,
Okay. Superior hydration.
Superior. I'm going.
What would you guys rate?
What?
What did you
He
say?
said superior hydration, and I've been just.
Pissing? Is that why you brought up piss?
Yeah.
Anyway, what would you guys rate this out of 10?
If we're doing like Milk Friday stats, like
Well, it's not
it's really
cereal,
hard-
first
well,
of
yeah,
all.
but out of 10, like it's really hard to get to 10. I would say this is like an 8.5.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it's probably the best energy drink I've had.
That is totally fair, and I would agree for energy drinks. But just on as a soda on its own, I'd have to give it like a 5. It's decent.
It's not the best
but
soda.
it's got to get up there to get it. You know what I mean? It's got to be a lot better.
I'm gonna rate it as a energy drink. I would give it a 7.5. It's
Not
pretty good.
bad.
I like it. I drink it I drink it over other selections, but like there's still other ones I like a lot more.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't respect your opinion, though, by the way. just so you know.
Also, we brought up Milk Friday a couple times on this podcast, and I'd like to
Oh, yeah.
fill you in as to what Milk Friday actually is. So every Friday this year, or the school year, a couple band friends of ours introduced to us this tradition they had just barely started, where every Friday they go to Smith's Marketplace, which is right next to Woods Cross, and they buy cereal and milk. And they eat the cereal and they give it a rating, and it's something that they've been doing for a couple weeks now. Also, we've been expecting Tom to get here at about 6:30, 6:54, and
There he is.
they are here.
They are here.
Hey,
Do we just want to like cut this out, or do you want to join?
no, hey,
Do you want to
oh
join?
good, yeah. Do you want to join?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Well, we'll finish this up soon. I
Yeah.
mean, we can wrap it up with our review of the soda.
All right.
Sure.
But we should definitely come back to this trio sometime.
I like
we've
this.
got
This
a
is
lot of
nice.
leftover
We've gone
topics
deep.
to discuss.
We've gone
We've only scratched
pretty
the
funny,
subject.
and we have around 30 topics that we've been kind of going around.
right.
And we've only gone through like 4.
Yeah,
and we've
for
gone
real.
real off topic.
Oh, yeah,
Milk
oh, yeah.
Friday. Well, the fighting one was part of a topic.
Right.
And I think sleep was not one of them at all.
No.
And that's probably what we spent some of the most time on.
Oh yeah, that was a long discussion.
It's a pretty good discussion, though.
All right.
Well, let's all just rub one out real quick.
All right.
Alan, what the fuck? Zach, what are you doing?
Get your penis out of your pants! Stop! Stop!
Said that backwards.
No, don't stop it.
No, don't
I
stop.
really want to clarify, first of all,
None of that happened.
this had nothing to do with Zach's penis, and Adam just yelled, "Get your penis out of your pants!"
Oh, I thought you were doing
He really wants him to get it out. So.
I thought you were doing this to make it sound like you were.
No, you said get it out, not put it back.
Anyway, shit.
Alright.
Thank you for joining us. This has been a great time. We'll be back some other time. Goodbye.
Love you.